This is going to be a different video from my usual ones. This isn't arena, this isn't scrims, this isn't anything like that. Today I want to show you how to properly warm up. You know, I see a lot of players that they get on, free build for 5 minutes, or maybe PG for 10 rounds or something like that, go hop in arena or scrims, play like get off. And, you know, that really comes down to not warming up properly. So I just want to show you guys my warm-up. Now, you guys can vary this warm-up as you want, as it helps, but I think this video can give you a very good guideline to follow. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So the first thing I do is I like to free build, and I mean, this is about what everybody does when they warm up, is free build. But there's a different way I kind of do it. So on normal speed, I'll just kind of do everything. And you know, I'll do this for about 5 minutes. And by the way, all the times that I say, you need to adjust that to how much time you have. So say you got Vital at, just giving out a number, 5 o'clock, right? You hop on at 4:40. Obviously, you're not going to have a whole hour to warm up. So cut this down as much as needed. And I think if you go through this warm-up fully a couple times, you'll understand what you like and what you need. And anyway, back to the building. What you need to do is you need to focus on crosshair placement, and I like to focus on side jumping, especially when I'm on normal speed. So I'll hit a side jump, something like that, and I'll be working on my crosshair placement, just making sure everything's perfect. And we will worry about speed and all of that stuff later. Just focus on accuracy right now. And like I said, about 5 minutes, that should be good. Then when I'm done with that, I will go down to 0.8. What I'm going to do on 0.8 is I'm going to do a lot of edits that I normally can't do perfectly on normal speed. And this is where you really develop your speed and get that all sorted out before you go into arena or anything like that. And I will do this for a little bit shorter. This one I kind of just do until I'm feeling good, but I would recommend maybe like 3 to 5 minutes, but like I said, just whenever you're feeling good. And then once I get done with that, then I will head on to 1.4, and this is for all the IGLs out there, is I start tarping. Especially when you're going really fast. When you go really fast, it should be easy to tarp in game, right? And now this one's a little harder to focus on crosshair placement, but if you can get the crosshair placement down here, then you will be looking fantastic when you get back to normal speed. And that one I don't do for long at all. I maybe do that for a minute, if that. I just get the basic idea down of tunneling. And I feel like this one is the best to warm up your wrist. I don't know why, but I like this one. I like this one a lot. A lot of people don't do this, and this is something that I get a lot out of. Okay, so when we're done with the free building, normally your mechanics should be feeling good at this point, but if they're not, you can head over to Beast Control Tunnels, you know, get anything that he needed there. I just like to go on a random one most of the time. But yeah, I'm sure y'all have seen Beast Control Tunnels before, so I'm not going to go into that too deep. Basically, whenever you're feeling good after that, you can move on to the next step. And now that we got the building out of the way, you can almost guess what we're going to do next, and that is the aim factor. There's a couple different ways you can go at this. One map that I really utilize for aim training is 1v1 Aim Trainer by Raider. This map is pretty much just an aim duel map, as it says kind of in the title, but you can cover just about everything in here. Some ones that I really recommend doing just to save you some time is 1x1 cone flick on hard, bounce into box, high ground, low ground flick hard. Those should give you a challenge, and that should get your shotgun aim warmed up quite a bit. And then for tracking, what I like to do is 1x1 cone react. And then another great one for tracking is low gravity 2x2. This one can be really good if you use the map right. And there's also another way that you can use it. You can use it for shotgun aim, and you just go into here and do the fast shotgun swap, and it'll swap your shotgun very quickly, so you can get a lot of shots off and a lot of reps in. And then the last thing that you should be doing is glider 1 and overhead glider. And then if you are planning on playing scrims that day, I'll be doing some storm surge tags too. I like to go into this one and then grab whatever gun I'm going to be using, mainly the red eye for me, and go into 150. If you go to 200, I mean you can, but just to me it's a little unrealistic, but you can definitely try it. 200, 150, and then I think you should be good on the 100s and 70s. I don't think you need that, just because you've just done a whole bunch of out of the air training. So after the 150 and maybe 200, you should be done with this map. And obviously, if you're not feeling great afterwards, then you can keep going. And now for those that are lonely and don't have a friend to play with, I have another map for that too, don't worry. This one is Raiders aim training map. This one can give you almost the same exact training as the aim duel map, but I just prefer the aim duel map. It's a lot funner. Aim training is kind of boring anyways, and having a friend there with you is a lot more fun. There is a lot going on here just because there is so many scenarios that you can have, but there are just 5 of them that I like to use. And the first one is 6 targets, 180 static. Don't worry about the gun too much. I would just go with the Sloan's pulse rifle. Obviously it's not in the game, but I promise it does not matter. And I usually just go on the free play because I'll use it until I'm good. If you really want to aim train for a while, I mean, you could just do 3-minute timer, 1 minute timer. I wouldn't really recommend, but I would just do free play. Once you're in here, looks like this. Just flick onto all of these and make sure you're doing it in a straight line. Don't go like this, don't go like that, you know what I'm saying? Keep it straight and strict. And another thing that is very important when doing things like this is to flick fast and micro readjust. So what I mean by that is you're gonna flick really fast, and then if you miss it, you're gonna adjust onto it. Flick really fast, I miss it, I'm gonna adjust onto it. Now obviously I can do this a lot faster than what I've been doing, but that is the gist of flicking. Especially in these scenarios, you can practice it a lot more. So I would recommend doing that if you're really trying to get something out of this. And then once your aim's feeling pretty good on that, I would switch up to bounce 360. You can use this a couple different ways. Some people can use it for tracking, but I don't really use it for tracking. I use it for shotgun aim. So I go on to fast shotgun swap. It's just like the 1v1 aim duel one. And the targets will just float around like this. And there's not really a trick to this one like there was with the last shotgun one. It's a pretty simple idea, but it does get your aim warmed up quite a bit. And now moving on to more of the tracking side, we're going to go with Smoothbot. Smoothbot is very good for your aim. I'd recommend the twin mag for this one. And obviously still on free play. That goes for just about all of them that we do. And Smoothbot, it's a very fast target that moves around like this. It's super annoying to hit, but it gets your aim warmed up like crazy. And then the next one we're going to do is high ground tracking. This one, you can really grab anything you want. Twin mag, assault rifle, and then if you want practice with it, I don't recommend using the red eye for this one, but you are more than welcome to do so. Man, I haven't even used the red eye on this one. I don't know how hard that is or not. Yeah, red eye is pretty hard to use on this one. I would not recommend red eye on this. I would just grab the scar. And there's not really another trick for this one to get more out of it. Just track the target. Pretty simple. And then for the last one is for if you're going to go play scrims, just put AR tags, long range. This one's really good. I enjoy this one. I obviously recommend doing a red eye for this one if you're going to be carrying it. Some people like using the scar. I don't know how, but some people do. And maximum distance is 125, so we'll keep it there. And it's pretty much just 2 floating targets that bounce around, and I cannot hit them. Oh my god. But this one is probably the best surge practice that I've ever seen. Get your aim very slow and precise. Get you ready. For this next section, it really is all personal preference. Some people after this warm-up think that their aim needs more work. So, if your aim needs more work, I would recommend going into Sented's headshot only box fights, and that will get your crossman placement and aim very warm. And I'm not going to be showcasing that map because I think everybody knows what a headshot only box fight is by now. But if you need some more mechanics work, I would head over to Zone Wars Respawn. Zone Wars Respawn is not that popular, but it does fill if you go into public. Basically what we're trying to accomplish here is combining aim and building. But really all it is pretty simple. It's just like an FFA, except with a zone. Grab the guns that you're going to be using. I should have grabbed a red eye as well, and just get as many fights as possible. Definitely don't play like it's an actual Zone Wars, or don't play like it's an actual scrim. Don't go over there and start boxing up, because all we're doing here is just trying to work on fighting. We're not trying to work on your zone position. We have a very simple goal here, and I would not recommend boxing up, playing zone and stuff like that. Obviously you don't see anybody doing that. I'm just saying, don't be one of those guys. But that is basically it. I thank you all for watching, and let me know if you like these kind of videos. I can definitely make a lot more of these, because I think over time I've been able to figure out what works for me and what works for a lot of other people as well. And yeah, see you later.